Well, there are lots of things I've learned about him. One of them is how incredibly popular he continues to be. When I became the vice postulator in 2019, people were putting all these notes on his tomb. They've been doing that since, practically since he was buried. And I asked how many were there, and I said they didn't know, maybe 150 or something. I took him back to my office, and there were 450 that had been there in 32 hours. So we've started counting them. And since 2019, we have like 1.2 million notes being put at his tomb in physical or digital. So he continues to be a very powerful intercessor in people's lives. One of the things that I discovered, and actually we're publishing on this fall, is that he was a surprising simplex priest, because the story is, he didn't preach, he didn't hear confessions, he basically answered the door. Well, first of all, he did preach. And, they would say, well, it was a fervorino. He really wasn't. No, he was preaching, all right? And he performed over 300 baptisms. I was blown away by that. You don't think of him as doing this priestly work. When he was in New York, when he was in New York, apparently this was a practice, is that when somebody would come in to be married, they would often get the friars to be the witnesses. So a number of times, I went through all the marriage records, through all the archives to the Archdiocese of New York. He was like dozens of times a witness at these marriages, and then he performed some. His last marriage, he actually performed in Detroit when he was there in the 40s, and it's not in any of the biographies. I mean, these great biographies, Mike Crosby's wonderful biography of Thank God Ahead of Time, but this is sort of an unexplored. So he continues to surprise us, and I hope he surprises us with a great miracle.